Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube, and I am here on this Wednesday, January the 10th, 2018, with my Year of Whips 2.0/2018 plans video. I'm going to show you what I'm working on for the next year, and I'm hoping to try to finish. Real quickly here, if you are just coming over from my latest update video, I believe it's number 143, then you will notice a bit of a wardrobe change. I had some wardrobe malfunctions, and so if you were looking at me going, Jess, weren't you wearing something else? It's just, what is going on? That's why. It was just wardrobe malfunctions. So I thought I had to switch it up, and so I did. I also would like to point out here that if you follow my blog, jessiemariedoesstuff.wordpress.com, or if you have seen my album on Facebook in the Soulful Stitching group, then what you're going to see here is nothing new. You've seen all that before if you've been to either of those locations. The other thing, however, there is one thing that you haven't seen, and that is that at the end of this video, I'm going to put up a photo montage recap of Year of Whips 2017. I just thought that it would be fun to do a quick recap to show you my before and after, to show you either progress or finish, or as the case may be, UFO. But I didn't want to do a full-on video for that. Just want to be quick, put 2017 to bed, let's move forward. So that is that. And so I have a bunch of projects to show you. Before I start showing things, though, I just want to run over Year of Whips real quick. So the Year of Whips was created by Melanie. Melanie is the Soulful Stitcher here on FlossTube, and she created a group called Soulful Stitching on Facebook. And that is primarily where Year of Whips is being hosted. Basically, the premise for the challenge was to finish out some old projects so that you could make way for some new things. It was meant to be a challenge to yourself. It's not a race. And the minimum requirement projects is 15. Now, this year, Year of Whips has expanded a little bit, and she has set some additional sort of expectations. And so there are two versions of Year of Whips this go round. The first version is a do-it-yourself kind of a version where you don't have to meet the expectations. However, if you do meet the expectations, which is meeting the required number of whips and finishing at least half of them, and updating every quarter, and there's a specific date for each of those updates, then you are eligible to enter a drawing. And the dates for this year are different than what they were for last time. So last time, Year of Whips number 1 kicked off October 1st, 2016, and just finished up here December 31st, 2017. Year of Whips 2.0 is starting January 18th, 2018, so Thursday next week, and ends December 18, 2018. So we have less than 15 months this go round. It's a much smaller, shorter by about 4 months sort of timeline. So my plan, my overall plan, is that I am meeting the expectations for the drawing eligible one, but I don't think that I'll be entering the drawing, only because that's not my primary motivation. My primary motivation is to get this stuff done. That's really what I'm so excited about, and I'm excited about a community event that focuses on finishing things. And it's a large, highly participated in event, so I think that's just, cream of the crop. So, okay, did I talk about everything? I believe so. I believe that that's everything that I wanted to say about Year of Whips. So let me lead into my projects for this year's Year of Whips. I have a total of 14 projects here. However, it is expanded out to 22 projects because one of the addendums to Year of Whips this year is that a full coverage page can count as a project. That can count as a whip. And if you are working on a design that is in individual parts, so the example that Melanie gave was the Gingerbread Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. Or is that Little House? Oh no. I can't remember which one. But one of those. CCN or LHN. One of the two. Each of those individual houses could count for one whip. So there could be potentially 12 whips there. And so that's how I'm going from 14 to 22, but with the same pile of projects here. Because I am using that parts thing for this. So when I first set out to do this, I had 12 projects. But when I showed you guys my bullet journal, I showed you the honeycomb for my year of whips, and it has conveniently 22 spaces. And so it made sense to just add 2 more, and I'll make some progress on them, and it'll be fine. I'm not worried about making my list a little bit bigger. It's significantly smaller than last year. Last year was 34, but we are on an abbreviated timeline, and I also would like to avoid the burnout. So you'll be seeing here sort of how I am formatting things so that I can avoid burnout, because that was real. About July, I was done. So, yeah. So let's get to it. Because I'm me, I categorized things, and so I have 4 categories officially. So let's just get started, huh? My first category is projects from 2015 or before. I mentioned in the lead up to this that my plan was to focus on 2015 whips because I would really like to not carry forward such old whips into New Year's. Focusing on just 2015 is not going to happen, but that's okay. I'm going to work on a few. So, the first thing that I did is I pulled my 3 oldest projects. And so, in chronological order here, we have Rose Fairy by Joan Elliott. This is a project I started in 2014, July of 2014. So, almost 4 years old. That's terrible. So, yeah, I will be working on this, and this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler for the 2017 recap, but here is where I am starting from. This is on 28 Count Lugana in Confetti by Picture This Plus, and so that's where I am starting from, and you can see with that limited light there that I've got some of the skin done, but quite a ways to go yet, even still on this one. So that's going to get some love this year, hopefully, finally finished. Oh, we got a little out of order here. Okay, started in November of 2014 is Under the Moonlight. Is that right? Yes, that was just the part. This is Passione Ricamo, Under the Moonlight. Gorgeousness. And this was also Year of Whips version 1. This is on a 32 count Belfast in Lady of the Lake by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. And this is on a fat half, so it's huge, because that's what Passione Ricamo does. And so here's where I'm starting from. I am just so close, it's not even funny. It's not even funny, you guys. But I've been in this status for a long time. This one did not get enough attention last year, obviously. So I have really just the front of her torso to do for skin. I've got some more hair to do. She needs eyeballs. And then beads. Like, that's it. It's still a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but that's it. I should have been working on this last year. So there is my gorgeous, ginormous mermaid. Okay. Next, started in March of 2015, a beloved project. This is Opus 2 by Long Dog Samplers, aka Maggie. Agate Slice Minder there, because of course. And this is on a 32 count linen in Oyster by MCG Textiles. And I'm stitching it using DMC 924. And here is where I am at the start of the year. It looks a lot darker than it really is. It's a greeny blue. But it's a rich color. I love it. So that's where I'm starting from, and I cannot wait to have this one. I want this one framed on my wall so bad. So bad. And then maybe I can give myself some permission to start another Quaker, because whoo, do I love the Quakers. Okay, so those were the 3 oldest projects. The 2 that I added in are also 2015 projects, and so I'll just attack them on in here. And the first is the Jingles series by Lizzie Kate. Good grief, this is from 2015, and wait till you guys see what progress I've got on it. It's pitiful. I am half tempted to start over, because I think the reason that I am not enjoying this, or its companion piece, Tingles, is the fabric, because it's witch linen. So here's where I'm at. I am in the Noel block, but I have some of the extras, some of the bonus pieces to finish up here. This one is not as bad as the one for Tingles, because this has softened over the years. But yeah, I just witch linens. So we'll see. I'm going to pull this out at some point soon and work on it a little bit so that I can make that decision if I'm going to restart it or stick with it. And then the last one is a crowd favorite. This one should come as no surprise. And it is The Elephants by Jayne Netley Mayhew. I meant to bring the book, but I forgot, so I will insert a preview here of what this will look like finished. I'm stitching this on 32 count linen in Aqua by Fabric Flare. It's a printed fabric. And here we go. So I have Celeste and Nicki Minaj all done. I just have Big Tone to do, and then all the grasses. Well, Celeste is mostly finished. Some of her body is back here. But, oh gosh, you guys know I'm in love with this. So beautiful. This I need to get finished ASAP. I'd really like to finish it before June, so that I can take the book to Drew first when we meet up at StitchCon. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll try, Drew. No promises, though. Okay. Let me put that needle minder back on before I lose it. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the oldest, and for really all 5 of those were Year of Whips 1.0 projects that are carrying over. So now let's move on to the next category, and the next category is Pretty Ladies. So of my currently 70 whips, 18 or 19, I can't remember which, are Pretty Ladies. That's insane. It's like 30% of my projects are these gargantuan Pretty Ladies, and that doesn't even count the Nora Corbett ones. That's literally just the Mirabilias and the Jones and Passione Ricamo. Yeah, it does not count the small ones. So these are just the big ones. That's crazy. So I've got to focus on some Pretty Ladies and get them finished. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first is my oldest Pretty Lady, and that is the Raven Queen by Mirabilia. And mine is just not going to be near as pretty as Kelly's, but that's okay. So there she is. And this is a 32 count Belfast in Haunted by Picture This Plus. And I'm stitching mine in the called for, which is still gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's just that how can you not love Kelly from the Evergreen Needles conversion? Like, so there we are. Boy, do we have a long way to go on this. Seeing the conversions is part of the reason that I lost steam on this, because some of those conversions, man, they are just so gorgeous. But I do like these tealy blues. I mean, obviously, I like the minty green blues. So I will work on it, and I will finish it, and I will love it. So there is that. Next is a project that I have said for months now that if I did Year of Whips 2.0, this project would be in it nonetheless. Like, regardless of my other plans, this project would be in. And so I'm kind of glad that I decided to go away from the only 2015 route, because this lady needs some love. The Reader by John Elliott. And I just, you know, I love her. This one and the elephants are both going to be bittersweet finishes. I'm looking forward to finishing them so that I can display them and love them, but working on them has been such a joy over these last couple years, respectively. So, anyway, this one is on 28 count cashel linen in gingerbread by Picture This Plus. And this one did not get enough attention last year, so I'm looking forward to spending some good quality time with her this year. And so that's where I'm at. Oh, I'm further along than my album shows. Oops. Oh well. That's okay. So there is that. And loving every step of the way. Such a joy to stitch. Lots of backstitch to do. Sometime. Okay, this last one in the ladies category is going against the rules a little bit. And by the rules, I just mean like it's not an older whip. I mean, I started it last year, so it is Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. And this one I am putting in here purely out of necessity. I mentioned on the blog, but essentially I have a goal of having this done by the end of the year. And I've mentioned it several times that it's the goal to have it done by the end of the year. And so I've just got to prioritize it. So I am, as you guys have seen in my plans and whatnot. So that's Lady of the Flag, and just for continuity's sake, here's where I am starting from. This is 32 count Belfast in Vintage Blue Whisper by Zweigart. Printed fabric. Gorgeous. Soft blues. So excited to work on her again. What? A week and a half more, and I will get back to this. Okay, so 6 more. But really more than that. So you guys are looking at that list going, those are huge, Jess. And you've still got more? Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I thought. That's way, way too much. And then to tack on more on top of it. That's just a lot of big projects there. So my next category is some smaller pieces. I'd like to knock out some of these quick ones, as well as sort of continued motivation. Not gonna lie, finishing these will keep up the drive. So, up first we have Snowy Owl Snowman by Jim Shore for Mill Hill. And this is my last Mill Hill kit currently. But it's a big one. And that's where I'm starting from. So, still quite a ways to go from there. So there's that one. Okay, I'll do this one next because it's on top. This I started in 2017 as well, but again, it's a small, and this is a series that I would really like to do, and so if I can finish this one, then maybe I'll let myself start the next one. And this is April's Daisy from Cottage Garden Samplings in their My Garden Journal collection. Just love these. This I started on my birthday this year, or last year. It's 2018, Jess. And so looking forward to getting this done. I was watching Stitch and Mommy's update the other day, and so now she's got her monthly series that she can display, and I'm so looking forward to the day when I can be displaying those. Okay, I guess I should probably show you where I'm starting from. I had a piddly little start there on day 1, and that's all I've done. I haven't worked on it since. This is 32 count Belfast in Platinum by Zweigart. And I've got enough fabric here for 2. So that's good. My finishing idea, I don't need a whole lot of fabric, which is really, really excellent. Okay, and then last of the smalls category is one that I just really want to finish because I want it. Like, I want the finished piece. And that is Country Cottage Needleworks Afternoon in New York. And so that's what that will look like finished. This is on a 32 count Belfast in Ariel by Picture This Plus. And this I started in 2016, I believe. And I worked on this recently for the Nano Stitch Mill back in November. So that's where I'm starting from there. This is using all of the called for threads, a mix of DMCs, Classic Colorworks, and Gast and Weeks Dye Works. Wow, we got a whole mess of things going on here. So there is that. Lots of pale blues in here. Sensing a theme. Okay, up next is the final category. So this is another quick one today. And this is the full coverage / sort of broken up into parts section. And so first things first, I decided to pull out my oldest Heaven and Earth design, and that is this gargantuan thing, In This Moment by Jeremiah Kettner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautifulness. And this is on a 25 count Lugana in Cream by Zweigart, which is a little bit different than what I'm used to using for Heaven and Earths, but nonetheless. And it's huge. This is 525 by 529 stitches. Yep, so it's massive. And I've got one measly little page. Started this in March of 2015. One measly little page coming up on its 3rd birthday. That's terrible. So I'm going to insert some pictures here so that you guys can see which pages I'm going for, but this counts for 5 whips because I want to get 5 pages done over the course of the year, and I think that I can do that. Basically, when this project can be featured, it is this year. It is my go-to full coverage piece for sure. And so I'll be working in my diagonal pages. So by finishing those 5 pages, I will then have 6 pages complete, which will be about 19.5%, which isn't bad. To go from 3 to 19.5% complete by the end of the year, I will take that. So looking forward to that. Okay, my next is my second oldest Heaven and Earth design, also started in 2015. This is Mini Pirate by Sabine Rich, aka Booty. And that's what she will look like finished. This is the mini version. And so in 2015, when I was finishing up Mini Pearl, I was lamenting the fact that it took me 2 years to finish her. And she's just a mini. And so here we are, more than 2 years after I've started this with 1 page done. It's pretty sad. But nonetheless, 1 page done now. My goal is to get 2 more pages. I figure with 5 on this one, that needs to be a priority, so I'm going to shrink down this goal a little bit. And so 2 pages on this one will bring me to 3 pages complete, 42% complete on this project. So with real strong possibility of finishing it in 2019. So that is promising. So that is Mini Pirate. And that is on a 25 count antique white Lugana, just standard from Zweigart. Okay, last project. This one is not full coverage, but it is in parts and it qualifies for the in parts bit. This is the Flower of the Month series by Ellen Moore Stroh. And so you'll be seeing a preview here of what this will look like finished, as well as the four that I plan on finishing this year. Again, this is a 2015 project, but I don't think that I have the chops to finish the whole thing this year. So breaking it up into pieces sounds good to me. And so here's where I'm starting from. February has a good little start on it. So this one will be a pretty quick finish as far as a whip. for a year of whips. So I'm looking forward to that. But a long ways to go. And so again, my goal is to get through the 5th one, which will bring me to 42% complete on this as well. 5 of 12. I will take it. Oh, I love this. Fabric is 32 count Belfast in cream by Zweigart. So there's that. So that's it, ladies and gents. Those are my year of whips 2018. Getting these puppies out of here. It's a big stack. Let me pull up this stack. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's a big stack. So I've got some work to do, but not till next Thursday because I have a thing about an as accurate as possible record as I possibly can. So I am going to head off here, but after this, after I'm done talking, will be that photo montage, like I said, of 2017 wrapped up, and I will see you guys next week with my next update video. Take care, everybody, and as always, be kind.